What is going on? I'm Zedmot, sitting here again under 1600, but I gotta say something kind of cool happened at the perfect moment in the space-time continuum of the archipelago. I hit 1600, my very next spawn was none other than global #1. So, pretty neat. I don't know if it has to do with the rank changing for the first time in a while, or I think it's just a complete fluke, but managed to spawn global #1. Now, I don't know if global #1 has one shock blaster on purpose, or if this has to do with the prototype timer thing in the weapons lab. Nonetheless, one shock blaster is usually pretty easy with TGB, and I've gotten half decent at TGB. And by the way, I've still got Lazortrons. I bought them from the trader at the very, very last second, bought all 5 days, and the perfect storm has arrived. That's right, managed to take down global #1 using nothing but 2 Lazortrons and some other troops. So you'll notice global #1 gives you 3 crystals every time you beat them. I've only done it a couple times. Global #2 gives you 2 crystals. Global #3 gives you 1 crystal. So anytime I get these guys or girls, whatever, I boost up, because depending on my goal. Like right now I don't have a lot of gold, as you can see, only about 400,000. So as soon as I saw global #1, I boosted 2 statues and managed to take them down with Lazortrons. Couple people asked a bunch of questions about when I hit 1600, so I wanted to share that. My map is clear every day, basically all day. I don't have any time off at this. It has to be clear. Like this is my map. Nothing to attack whatsoever, except for Miss Gearhart sitting up there waiting for later on. Every single resource base, every single PvP, every single NPC. My map is like this between 17 to 20 hours a day, every day for the past 7 months or so. Like this is not, it's a grind. Anyways, enough about that. Moving on to the actual attack. Now, first of all, Lazortrons, I cannot drop them. If you know how to drop Lazortrons, please let me know. They seem to want to go forward. Same problem with Rainmakers, and I know those Rainmakers are coming at some point, so if you can tell me how to do it, if there's a magic spot or a lineup or something, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, I had to use a flare here. Now, my TGB skills have gotten a bit better recently. Used it quite a bit. So I'm going to walk you through a couple things that I do here in the hopes that either A, you can give me more tips, or B, you can learn from it. So using the Lazortrons, but the problem is that flare right there is active. So as soon as this sniper tower goes down, I cannot drop bullet. Oh man, again. So I've tried to record this video like 4 times. Every time my game has been interrupted by an attack. So what I'm going to do here is hit reload, and then I'll pause the video and then come back as soon as, by internet magic, this attack is ended. Okay, we're back. Looks like it was a resource base, as you can tell by the fact that my base isn't rebuilding itself from the ground up. So, got myself something to attack, fighting over this one resource base with someone. Why, you say? Because I want 1600? Anyways, moving right along, back to the attack. Where did that go? Okay, here we go. So, now, we've already been over this part. Lazortron can't drop smoke, flare, and then as soon as that sniper tower goes down, I can't drop bullet quite yet, and they're going to come into range of this boom cannon. So I've got to drop a smoke, and then as soon as that flare expires, right about now, we've got bullet coming out, all good to protect us and the rest of the TGB gang. Now, I've learned a little bit about TGB. Part of it is a steering bullet, and there's a little bit of an art to that. And the other part is farming GBE whenever you can, obviously. So, starting to farm some GBE, and then we decided to move over. Now, at this point, I'm just late. Like, you see the cannon looks at bullet and then looks back. You have to throw critters for these side cannons, and I was just super late. So I lost a couple grenadiers there. Now, at this point, good things are happening, but I want to shift bullet to the left there to go into that corner because I need to get a shield gen. So using GBE to remove that boom cannon, move them to the left, but then I do a dumb thing and I decide to GBE the shock blaster at the back, which you can't do right now. So I ended up losing some to that front boom cannon. Should have just moved and then barded, but brains. And then from this point, it goes pretty well. Using my spare GBE on that shock blaster, because I know it's going to be a problem in the next little bit. Getting bullet walking, trying to get GBE for an energy drink. And now at this point, as soon as that rocket launcher goes down, I'm going to launch my Zookas. Might be a little bit early for the Zookas, but I figured that I had enough GBE, because you see bullet up top is farming all this stuff back here. So I use a shock. Zookas come forward and do some dirty work for me, which actually works out really, really well. You'll see I ended up having enough GBE for one more shock. We remove that shock launcher and then flare back. Now this flare is a little bit too low, should have been a little bit too high, should have been a little bit lower because of the angle with that rocket launcher. Could have got my Lazortrons shooting it. The rocket launcher then locks on my Zookas here, shooting over Bullet's head. It happens all the time. I don't know if you noticed it, but back up here the boom cannon actually locked on Bullet, I think, which it works out. It all evens out in the end. And then my 6 or 9 Zookas or whatever it are just help take down the core. And down goes global #1 to Lazortrons. As soon as I saw Lazortrons were coming, this was what I was hoping would happen. I was really hoping to hit it with all Lazortrons versus global #1, but I don't have enough GBE for that. I really didn't want to boost for one base, so I just boosted 2 statues, gained 1 powder as a result, 3 for 2, you know. Anyways, so that's it. That's all. Zedmont here, pushing VP slowly but surely, 1 or 2 a day, sometimes 3, sometimes 5, but very, very rarely. Anyways, and a lot of times negative as well. I've been negative the last couple days, so hoping to get back above 1600, but it's now 10:20 p.m., which means it's almost bedtime, which means my VP is going to go back down. So hopefully I get back to 1600 tomorrow. Not entirely sure, but we'll see. All comes down to what the RNG random number generator has to say about spawns. So that's it. That's all. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Lazortrons versus global #1. I don't know what's next. Critter cannons, rainmakers, but I'll be trying to hopefully spawn them and try that too. So thanks for coming in. Talk to you soon. Peace.